So these two phones are currently my favorite Android phones that are out here in the States, which makes this comparison super hard. It's like choosing between cheese pizza and pepperoni pizza, you know? Like, I'll inhale them both at the same time. Ladies, gentlemen, and people who still use headphone jacks, welcome to this year's Clash of Titans. Samsung's Galaxy S25 Ultra, the Bentley of smartphones, versus the OnePlus 13, the I'm cool but I'm not paying rent underdog. Today we're answering the big question: which of these slabs of glass deserves your life savings? First up, the design. The S25 Ultra is basically that friend that shows up to brunch in a tuxedo. It's sleek, angular, and it screams, I have a spreadsheet for my skincare routine. Check out this titanium frame. It's so premium, it probably should charge you for touching it. Now, the OnePlus 13. Now, this guy is like that cool roommate that rolls out of bed looking like a TikTok influencer. Smooth curves, that chef's kiss elegant finish, and a camera bump big enough to make anyone jealous. But let's talk about the alert slider, the crowd's favorite party trick. OnePlus kept it, and honestly, bless. Flick it to mute life's chaos or your mom's 10th "when are you getting married" text message. We've all been there. Oh, what's that? A dynamic island? Oh, OnePlus, you sneaky dog. Now, the S25 Ultra is flat in all the right places. Flat display, flat back, curved corners. Now, the OnePlus 13 is kind of like me after a Thanksgiving dinner. Flat, but slightly curved towards the edges. It's confident and has a credit score of 825. Now, since the OnePlus 13 got bullied in school and started hitting the gym, it's actually lighter than the Galaxy S25 Ultra, 213 grams compared to 218. It's not going to make a difference, but it is something to brag about on your Instagram posts. Hashtag fit life. In other words, if we're going off of looks, the S25 Ultra screams, I have a 401k, and the OnePlus 13, it just tells you, I'll Venmo you for the pizza. Oh, and the OnePlus 13 actually has an IR blaster, which we don't see often, and it's good enough to troll businesses by turning off their TVs or turning off your friend's TV during the Super Bowl party. Just, you better run after you do that. So what about the displays? Well, the OnePlus 13 does get brighter, which is hard to show over camera. Dolby Vision, more like Dolby, I'm literally melting your face. This beautiful 6.8-inch behemoth supports most HDR formats and comes with the improved AquaTouch display, which means it'll work even when you're in a monsoon. The phone will survive. You might not. Oh, and if you live up north and it gets really cold, you want to wear some gloves, this display will even work with gloves that are 5mm thin or 5mm thick. However you want to say it. Which is great because you don't got to buy those annoying specialty smartphone gloves, and you don't have to use your nose to dig through your Instagram DMs. With up to 4,500 nits of peak brightness, even the sun wears sunglasses, so it won't go blind. Oh no. The S25 Ultra's 6.9-inch display, nice. It's basically an IMAX in your pocket. The colors pop, blacks are deeper than my TikTok doom scroll at 2 a.m. And sure, it's only 2,600 nits, but that's still brighter than my future. However, it does not support Dolby Vision. Samsung, why? Just give us Dolby Vision. HDR10 Plus is cool and all, but Dolby Vision, that's the new cool kid on the block. Of course, that's because the S25 Ultra is using an 8-bit panel compared to 10-bit on the OnePlus 13, so again, hopefully next year. In reality though, both displays look incredible and you really can't go wrong with either or. One is a flamethrower, the other is a space laser, they're both insanely awesome. Pricing is another deciding factor when buying a phone, and this one is a bit tricky because technically the OnePlus 13 is cheaper than the S25 Ultra, but it's Samsung. You already know where I'm going with this. Samsung has insane deals. OnePlus has a cheaper MSRP compared to the S25 Ultra. However, like I said, promotions, right? You can get the S25 Ultra for as low as $400 with a trade-in. And on top of that, Samsung will even give you $350 to buy cases, accessories, Samsung Care, storage upgrades, whatever else you want. You could even buy a fridge with that money. Those deals will only last for another week. So if you guys do want to pick the S25 Ultra up and save big, I'll include a link down below. Under the hood, we have the Snapdragon 8 Elite versus Samsung's very own, we tweaked it ourselves version of the Snapdragon 8 Elite made for Galaxy. In the real world, just using these phones daily, I don't notice any difference between the two chips. I'm sure Samsung's Samsung does have more AI, so maybe that AI kind of takes more advantage of that chip compared to the OnePlus 13. So if you're looking for the best AI performance, well, Samsung has it in general because they have a lot more AI than OnePlus 13. Now, the good news is that both of these phones have absolutely massive vapor chambers, and I've used them both extensively outside. In fact, this phone was just in the Caribbean, last week? Hot outside, sun blazing down. This phone never overheated, the screen didn't even dim, and of course, the OnePlus 13, it's perfectly fine as well. 12 gigabytes of RAM on the S25 Ultra versus 16 gigabytes of RAM on the OnePlus 13. Again, I don't notice any difference. I really don't. Don't slap me. Now, when it comes to the cameras, the S25 Ultra has enough zoom for you to spy on your neighbor's questionable barbecue techniques or whatever else. The amount of good-looking zoom you can achieve from the S25 Ultra it's honestly incredible. I mean, both phones do an amazing job at capturing photos, and I can't, believe I'm saying this, but Samsung actually makes the photo more true to life compared to the OnePlus 13. But honestly, both are perfectly fine for posting food pictures or pictures of your cat to Instagram. I do that, by the way. I really do. But you gotta hold your horses a little bit, okay? Because Samsung introduced this nifty AI filter on the S25 Ultra. So, if you like a certain look, you can download a photo and then the AI will kind of extract the colors from that photo and apply it to your own photo. It's not a Samsung phone with a few AI tricks. When it comes to video recording, sorry OnePlus, but the S25 Ultra takes yet another win. Samsung focused really hard this year on video, especially in low light, and it really does show. The colors pop, noise is minimized thanks to, yet again, the AI, and the video is buttery smooth. Video is one of the weaknesses of the OnePlus 13, especially now that the S25 Ultra records in log, which is nuts. Battery life is, that's a win for OnePlus. This thing is like the Duracell bunny on steroids. It just doesn't want to die. That, of course, is because this has the latest silicon carbon battery technology. In other words, very good battery. And of course, it's 6,000 milliamp hour capacity. This phone easily lasts me 2 days of normal use. Now, this phone does not have the silicon carbon battery tech, and it has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And I don't know how Samsung does it, but their optimization is just really, really good. Even though this is 1,000 milliamp hour less, right? It's still good. Like if this, for example, gets me 8 to 9 hours of screen on time, this gets me around 7 to 7.5. So you're not really missing all that much. And that just goes to show how good Samsung's optimization is. I mean, it really is. But Samsung, please increase the battery for next year. Look, software optimization can only take you so far. Now, charging is also yet another win for the OnePlus 13. In fact, this wirelessly charges faster than the S25 Ultra does using a wire. 50 watts versus 45 watts. Now, if we're comparing wired versus wired, then you're getting 80 watts on the OnePlus 13 and only 45 watts on the S25 Ultra. In other words, from 0 to 100%, this phone will take you around 30-35 minutes to charge. This, on the other hand, will take about an hour and 10 minutes. Now, if AI is your thing, the S25 Ultra takes an easy win. There's so much more AI advancements with Samsung, especially their new AI Select, which works like a dream, but also their AI editing and AI sound eraser, which works like this. So Samsung now has an audio kind of eraser to help with the background noise. So right now it is very windy. There's music playing. I hope it's not copyrighted, by the way. But we're going to see, by the way. I don't know how these things flow. It seems impossible. But I'm going to try to remove the noise in the background so you guys can hear my voice a little bit better, which you should right now. Oh, there's my wifey. Yeah, she's having a good time. The weather is not that great, though. It's very windy. It feels like a tornado everywhere. Now, the OnePlus 13 does have a few AI tricks like Circle to Search, which is also on Samsung and Pixel phones and most other Android phones, along with AI Reflection Eraser, AI 4K Detail Boost, and others. In other words, it's no secret. If you want the phone with the latest AI technology, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is the one to get. But of course, we cannot forget about the S Pen on the S25 Ultra. Yes, it's missing Bluetooth compared to prior years. Personally, I never used the Bluetooth functionality of it anyway, and it still functions the way it normally did, and it kind of makes you feel important. It kind of makes you feel like a CEO, if that makes sense. Now, software updates are important for you. The S25 Ultra is supported for 7 years, which is just insane, and the OnePlus 13 is supported for 4 years. You know, realistically, most people keep their phones for 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years. But when it comes time to sell, the next person that's going to buy your phone, they will have no more software updates, which does affect resale value. Plus, the longer a phone is supported, it's just better for the environment. So yeah, there's that. So who wins? Well, if you want max specs, max flex, and a stylus to doodle your regrets, the S25 Ultra wins. And of course, if you're a speed demon with a budget and a hatred for influencers, get the OnePlus 13. Either way, both phones slap harder than my Wi-Fi during a storm. No matter which of these two phones you get, believe me when I say this, you're gonna have an exceptional time with them. No worries at all. You're getting basically the best of the best that's currently out right now, especially here in the States. So which phones do you choose and why? Let me know down in the comments below, and if this video was entertaining for you, helpful for you, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here and you like no BS tech videos, definitely subscribe. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.